What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lifey. I'm Jacob, and today we'll be talking about the top 10 things that we don't like about Phoenix, Arizona, otherwise known as the failures of Phoenix. Number 1, edumacation. No, that's not how you say it. Sorry guys, the people who wrote this script are from Phoenix. It's education. On the real though, education in Phoenix is not good. The national student to teacher ratio is 16 students to 1 teacher. In Phoenix, it's 24 students to 1 teacher, meaning that each student gets a lot less quality time with their professors. Also, in Phoenix, the College Readiness Index is a 5.7 out of 10. That basically means how ready you are for college based on your high school experience, and that's not a good score. Also, Arizona education just barely scrapes the bottom ranks of the nation with a D+ for school funding and the poverty achievement gap in an annual report. Seriously guys, it's not good. Seriously though guys, have you ever heard of a partner test? Yeah, neither has the rest of the nation. Apparently a partner test in Phoenix is when it is so easy that they actually let students take tests together. In fact, they even auction off the smart kids. I cannot make this up. My only question is, why didn't I go to high school in Phoenix? Number 2, heat. Now I'd say that we're gonna throw some serious shade at the atrocity that is the heat in Phoenix, but there's no shade to throw. Seriously though, there are no trees and it is very hot. If you live in Phoenix throughout the year, then the summer months are brutal. The average temperatures in July and August are 106 degrees Fahrenheit, and it can get well above that. In fact, 4 months of the year, average temperatures above 100 degrees. That's right, average. Phoenix is located in the Sonora Desert, which is the hottest desert in all of North America. Though I will say there is one plus. You can make cookies in your windshield. It only takes 4 hours. So if your oven's broken, kids, where there's a will, there's a way. Number 3, crime. Guys, in Phoenix, the crime index is a 7. Now, let me break that down for you. The safest cities in the US are a 100. Phoenix is a 7. That means it is only safer than 7% of cities nationwide. Phoenix has higher rates in all areas of property crime and violent crime than the national average. If those stats don't get to you, we have it on good authority that downtown can be pretty sketchy at night. In fact, according to one of our sources, you can't go to the Goodwill without being quote unquote scared. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love Goodwill. It's a happy place, but apparently not in Phoenix. Yeah, so anyway, it was after the incident that I really realized it's not a matter of if you get assaulted, but it's more a matter of when. I haven't really been the same since. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to Lifey and to number 4, sports teams. Now, the good news about living in Phoenix is if you do live there, there are plenty of sports to go around. In fact, Phoenix is one of the only cities to have sports teams in all 4 of the major league sports in the US. They are the Phoenix Suns in basketball, the Arizona Diamondbacks for baseball, the Arizona Cardinals for football, and the Phoenix Coyotes for hockey, the NHL. The problem with that is Phoenix's sports teams are terrible. You heard me, terrible. The Phoenix Suns have far and away the worst record in the Western Conference of the NBA, and it's not even close. The Cardinals had the worst record in the entire NFL last year. And the saving graces of the city, the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes, even they barely managed to have more wins than losses. All in all, guys, the sports scene in Phoenix, at least right now, is not really pretty. So the good news is, if you live in Phoenix, expect for the sports to be plentiful. The bad news is, if you live in Phoenix, expect for the losing to be plentiful too. What are you up to lately? Hopefully not drinking the tap water from Phoenix, because that is our number 5, tap water. Guys, if you've never been to Phoenix, just take our word for it. The tap water is really, really bad. Now, it is safe to drink, but most, if not all, residents complain that it has an odor, a taste, and a very, very hard calcified texture. This hard water can ruin your dishwasher, it can ruin your washing machine, and it can absolutely wreak havoc on your hair in the shower. I don't want any of that. Taste and odor variations in Phoenix's tap water supply are often seasonal and come from minerals and algae that collect in canals that transport from the water treatment center. Water in Phoenix is also very hard because of these minerals that originate from the soil. All in all, guys, if you want healthy, vibrant looking hair, don't take a shower in Phoenix. Number 6, transportation, or should I say the necessity for transportation. If you live in Phoenix, you are almost forced to either buy a car or take public transport because walking is not an option. In fact, Phoenix was just recently ranked as one of the least walkable cities in the United States, coming in at 29th out of the 30 largest metropolitan areas in the United States of America. That is not good. In fact, only 3% of the firms operating in Phoenix were deemed friendly to employees to walk to and from. So whether you're going from point A to point B or point C to point D, doesn't really matter because you ain't walking there. I can promise you that. Number 7, how to put this? Well, let me put it this way. In Phoenix, there's very little vegetation and foliage, leading to a barren landscape that lends itself to conflagrations and duplicitous mannerisms from locals. In other words, it's ugly. Seriously though, if you love looking at tall, green trees, lush lawns, and plenty of forests, Phoenix is not the place for you. It's definitely a desert, and much of the state is covered in cacti, lots of sand, and palm trees. Honestly, even the infrastructure is beige. We've also been told a lot of the houses look rather cookie cutter, which could coincide well if you're from Arizona and are making cookies cut that you make in your windshield because of the very hot heat. Either way, Phoenix is not exactly the prettiest place if that's what you're into. You know how normal children play in the grass? Yeah, no. Arizona kids, they play in the rocks. Number 8, economy. Now, the economy in Phoenix, like most places, was hit really hard in the recession, but it's actually been pretty slow to grow back. In Phoenix, the economy actually isn't terrible, but the number one problem is that it is very dependent on either real estate or construction. So if you go to Phoenix, you may find several business opportunities, but the problem is if there's not a whole lot of real estate or construction activity happening at the time, then business activities are very sparse. This can also cause traffic issues due to the heavy reliance on construction. So again, the economy in Phoenix, not necessarily bad, but if you're not in either real estate or construction, you might be out of luck. Number 9, winter transplants. Wait, winter transplants? Come on, guys, they are human beings. Anyway, number 9. Phoenix can be a nice place to live, and one of the good things is that it really does not get cold there. So, a lot of northerners actually go to Phoenix during the winter to escape the cold weather. Sounds good for them, right? Well, for locals, not so much. Because a lot of these elderly, often people, go to Phoenix during the winter months, they either rent homes, apartments, or even condos, and only stay there for a period of a few months. Now, what's the harm in that? Well, during these winter months, everything becomes a lot more crowded. Shopping centers are more crowded, restaurants are harder to get to, even traffic is worse. For a city that's the 6th biggest and most populous city in the United States, I don't exactly think they need more people, which is why winter transplants can definitely be a con. Number 10. All right, I'm gonna stop. But seriously, number 10 is that there is no winter in Phoenix. When temperatures reach the 70s in Phoenix, that is what most residents think of as cold. I don't know, guys. Additionally, there is very little precipitation in the state. In fact, even just cloud cover can sometimes be a welcome deviation from what is almost constant sunshine. Now, don't get us wrong. Sunshine is a good thing, but when it is so much that you can literally get third-degree burns by walking barefoot outside in the summer, well, I don't know. In fact, some residents of Phoenix even refer to themselves as zombies. because of the ever-present heat in the summer months. Now, I don't know. I always thought zombies was more synonymous with like eating brains and less with not having a winter, but we'll give it to them. Either way, in Phoenix, it's very hot, but there is really no winter. Anyway, so there I was, and I'm in this deep sand, trip on a rock, fall into a pit of cacti, and then a scorpion stings me on my eyeball. I mean, oh, hey, sorry again. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been our episode of Lifey on the top 10 things we don't like about Phoenix, Arizona. Now, if you liked our video, make sure to hit like or subscribe. Either way, we'll see you next time on Lifey.